Is the human brain more powerful than a computer? It's a question that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, but the answer is more complex and fascinating than you might think. Let's dive in. At first glance, computers seem to have us beat, hands down. Think about it. A standard calculator can solve complex math problems in a fraction of a second, while we're still reaching for a pencil and paper. Supercomputers can process petabytes of data, simulating everything from climate change to the formation of galaxies. They have near-perfect memory. They can run 24/7 without getting tired, and they follow instructions with flawless precision. So, case closed, right? Computers win. Well, not so fast. We're comparing apples and oranges here. The human brain doesn't operate like a computer at all. It's not just about raw processing speed or storage capacity. The true power of the brain lies in its incredible efficiency and its unique way of thinking. Let's start with energy. Your brain right now is running on about 20 watts of power. That's less than a dim light bulb. To put that in perspective, one of the world's most powerful supercomputers, like Fugaku in Japan, requires about 30 megawatts to run. That's enough energy to power a small town. Yet, with that tiny amount of power, your brain performs feats that even Fugaku would struggle with. Think about creativity. Can a computer compose a symphony that brings people to tears, write a novel that changes the way we see the world, or invent a completely new style of art? Current AI can generate music and text, but it's essentially remixing and repatterning vast amounts of data it was trained on. It lacks genuine understanding, intention, and the spark of true, original thought. Human creativity comes from a messy, beautiful blend of experience, emotion, and abstraction, something we can't yet program into a machine. Then there's intuition, that gut feeling you get. It's your brain rapidly processing subtle cues from your environment and past experiences, making a judgment call without you consciously thinking through every step. Computers operate on pure logic and data. They don't have gut feelings. A self-driving car might see a plastic bag blowing across the road and slam on the brakes, because its programming says obstacle. A human driver, however, intuitively understands it's just a harmless bag and drives on. That's a different kind of intelligence. And what about learning? AI needs to be fed enormous datasets, millions of images, to learn to recognize a cat, for example. A human child might only need to see a cat a few times to understand what it is, and can then recognize cats of all different breeds, colors, and even in cartoon drawings. Our brains are incredibly good at generalizing from very small amounts of information. We don't just recognize patterns, we understand the meaning behind them. The structure of the brain itself is a marvel. It's not a rigid circuit board. It's a dynamic, living network of around 86 billion neurons, each connected to thousands of others. This network is constantly changing, forming new connections and pruning old ones based on our experiences. This is called neuroplasticity. Your brain physically rewires itself as you learn. Computers, on the other hand, have fixed hardware. To upgrade a computer, you have to physically replace its parts. To upgrade your brain, you just have to learn something new. So, when we ask which is more powerful, we need to define what power means. If power is the ability to perform complex calculations at lightning speed, then computers win. But if power is the ability to create, to understand emotion, to adapt, to innovate, and to find meaning in a complex and unpredictable world with staggering energy efficiency, then the human brain is still the undisputed champion. It's not a machine made of silicon and wires. It's a universe of thought, feeling, and consciousness packed inside your head. The real magic isn't in building machines that think like humans, but in appreciating the incredible power of the biological machine we were all born with. What do you think? Will computers ever truly catch up to the complexity of the human brain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the mind, make sure to subscribe to the Cosmic Drive to fuel your mind beyond its limits. Thanks for watching.